Guys, welcome back to a new episode of Beyond the Pages. Today we are talking to Virginia Chang. Hi, Virginia. How
Hi,
nice of you to be here.
nice to meet you. Thank you for having me here.
Very welcome. Virginia, so let's start. Can you share us a bit about you?
Yes. So I was born in Canada. I've been traveling a lot during my entire life, and now I live in Florida in the U.S. Yeah, and I have two daughters. Um, yes, so I'm a mommy of two.
That's great. So your book, what is it called?
My book is called No Heaven Without Hell.
Right. So
And
what was the inspiration behind your book?
so my book it took me 11 years to write it. So it took me a very long time. I was writing bit by bit because
Mm.
it's part of me, part of my life, what I've been through my life, and is to inspire people through what I've been through.
Mhm.
So some people might relate to certain events or certain situation, and it's yeah, so it's pretty much my life.
Okay,
That
so
happens.
like is it your journey in like a specific way, like faith or just um like the normal relatable issues like the struggles, the
Yes, I've
Mm.
different events. Like I said, I've been traveling a lot, so it goes. The story happens between Canada, Costa Rica, the US, and going to different places, obviously different situation. And I don't want to spoil the story and give too much.
I
But
totally
yeah.
understand.
So
Um
it's a lot of different situation, emotional, physical, extraordinary things that have happened.
mm,
And throughout that process in my life, I was like, why is this happening to me?
mm,
And faith asking God, okay, please help me out, understand why I've been through this and this and that. And then everything unfolds from that moment where I started asking for answers. And then the story happened.
so like there is a clear message within your book probably to help others actually that going through some of the same things you actually went through and they can actually
Yeah.
relate to it or like help them as
Um,
well.
Probably some of the situation, like at some point I talk about mental or physical abuse in my
Mm,
childhood. So a lot of people can relate to that in other event that happened in my life also, but it's mostly to show if I was able to go through all this and be okay and be a nice person, a caring person, a loving person, and continue and get up and dust myself off and continue and go forward with your
mm,
life.
yeah.
If I can do it, then you can do it too.
I
So
well, I think that is a beautiful thing. Like I know a lot of people struggle, went through horrible things, and it's
mhm.
what you say, like in the end it's standing up and dusting yourself up and just like, okay, tomorrow's a new day, let's go.
Exactly.
Um,
And when you are living through those moments,
mm,
it's really difficult. It's because everything is so dark, everything is so putting you down. You don't have the energy to get up. Like be nice to yourself, take your time, and then slowly like get yourself up again and you can do it.
Yeah, like it's a really step by step process. It will not heal all by itself, and then even
No.
when you dust yourself up or off and you go forward, you will always have those scars with you. But
Oh
if you
yeah,
just say,
and that's what makes us who we are,
Mhm.
right? So I am today, I am able to write books today because of all the scars that I've been through, because of all those emotions. If I had to do my life again, I would, even with all the struggle I've been through, I would do it exactly the same way because it made me who I am today.
oh,
So
that's
yeah, so you
yeah.
have to embrace those scars.
I think so. And it's like, even though you don't forget, you also make the choice of who you want to be. Yeah, you can go through a lot of abuse from a young age, but who do you choose to be? Like, do you become the person that actually continues that circle and of abuse and being a crappy person, to be honest? Or do you choose to do better and change it and break that abusive circle and move forward and find some peace within yourself?
Right, exactly. You have different choices and it's all your own choices. You can decide, you know what, I've been through so much. I hate people. I hate like this and I'm going to hurt
Mm.
people and I'm going to be negative about my life. Or you have the choice to say, you know what, I'm going to embrace these. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to break the because it goes from generation to
Yeah.
generation sometimes, right? So back when our parents, there was no such thing as going to a therapist for getting
Mm.
yourself better. Like it was like no talking, right?
Yeah.
So and now you have the tools, you have the internet, you have the YouTube about okay, how do I get out of this? How do I feel better about this situation or this abuse or this? So we're in much better place now to break that cycle and not continue that same cycle with
Mm.
our kids and the future generations, you know.
Yeah, I think it's an important message as well. And I like it that you say it, like, it's not that there aren't tools. Like nowadays, you have the tools to move on, and nobody will is saying that it will be easy or that it just
No,
falls out of the sky and you will be happy. It's hard work to
it's
actually
work.
get there.
It's work. But the first thing, I think the most important thing is you need to want, no, you need to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna fix myself. And if you don't love yourself enough to say that, well, at least do it for your kids, right? So
Yeah.
so if do it for the people you love. Like I'm gonna fix myself because I love my people around me, you know, and I don't wanna my pain to stain them, you know.
Hmm. I sometimes, and it's something I say it, and especially to my children as well, it's like, well, if you can't love yourself, how do you expect other people to love you?
Right.
Because there is a lot of like, oh, nobody likes me, nobody wants to hang out with me, nobody loves me. But how do you feel about you? Do you love
Hmm.
yourself? Because
Hmm.
if
It
you
all
don't love
starts.
yourself, it's hard to for other people to like you, because it's an aura thing probably as well. It's like all the positivity within yourself,
Hmm.
you just shine out and people react
Right.
to that. So
Exactly. Exactly. The first step is to love yourself. And the more you love yourself, the more you shine the light. Right.
exactly. Um, like in 11 years, and like you told like a little bit without spoiling the book here, um, how hard was it at moments for you to write the things down? And when you were writing, was it more like in a journal kind of way because you wanted to get those emotions or experiences out? And did you in the end where you are now? And I can see you feel like you're in a pretty good place. So I'm happy to see that. Um, but we're like, well, I've been writing for 11 years. All of my experiences, my struggles, my pain, but probably all the positive things and the happiness as well. I will combine it and put it in a book. Like, was there a moment like, okay, I'm just going to publish?
Well, I've been writing in a journal since I was 13. Yeah, 13 years old. And I'm now 44. So I wrote a lot about my life, the ups and downs, the loves and the sadness and the breakups and like
The heartbreak, yes.
right. But at some point, the day that I said, God, please explain to me why suddenly all this is happening like in my life right now. And that totally kind of opened up my mind and I start seeing things differently.
Mhm.
And that's what I was like, oh my goodness, I have to write a book about this. And so I started writing, like I put aside all my journals and
Mhm.
I started actually writing a little bit by little bit because it was like unfolding as like I tried to write about it, which I explain in the book, and then I couldn't, and then there was like some crazy things happening, and then I was like, why am I not able to write about this right now? and and so, but then after I started writing, and a little bit by little bit by little bit, and yeah,
Oh,
so
that's good. Yeah, like I get struggle. Although I do more fiction, like I think the world isn't ready for
Mhm.
my story. That was a long road. Um, I think what is really special, and you said it before as well, is that moment that you actually ask like God, like, okay,
Mhm.
what did I do so wrong that you just keep hitting me with all this BS?
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I don't know, I've been there and it's like, oh, come on.
Again, another thing.
And it's like it's just piling up as well. Because you have the one negative after another and after another till you have like this big mountain and you're just like, how the hell do you want me to climb that thing?
No.
My gosh, and I think that's
No.
where most people struggle, like
Right.
getting through that, because when it's all the negative, it's
Hmm.
so hard to see the positive, and you're actually saying, okay, I ask, and that it, like, it's your faith as well, you know.
Hmm.
Um, like your faith, did it really, um, well, it actually did. It really helped you to move on and chose probably a different path as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
One
Yes,
would
because
think.
at some point when you go through so much negative back to
Mm,
back, you're like, okay, what else can I do? Right? Like I've been to church since like I was a little girl every Sunday, but then I stopped going to church and then suddenly I was like just having this need to talk to God and
yeah.
like, okay, help me out here because I'm clueless. Like, why is this happening? You know,
Mm,
and it helps. It helped me a lot go through all those negative moments in my life and come out and feel better and feel like you know what now that I when I was re looking at my book before publishing,
yeah.
I was like, how did I go through all this and still now be here? Now, like a lot of moments in my life, I'm like, oh, now I understand what I've been through. And it
Mm,
makes sense, right? It's like a puzzle piece, right? It
yes.
all makes sense. Okay, oh, I've been through this because now I'm living this, and I needed to go through this to understand this, right? So, but
Yes.
it
So,
helps a lot.
so we should say like faith and spirituality is like a big part of your book.
It is. It's kind of going through the journey of like,
Mm.
oh God, why is this happening? And then, oh, here's the answer. And like, it's like kind of God talking to me. And yeah, I don't want to spoil
I
it.
know, and it's like in difference to actually fiction, like I can just bomb you with questions about characters, and it's a non-fiction, so it's so hard to like, okay, what am I going to tell?
Yeah.
Because you need to read the book to understand the journey. So people,
Right.
you need to read, sorry, I get excited. You need to read the book to understand the journey.
Right. It is real people. And all the people I've mentioned in my book, um, no, I would say 99% of the people in my book, I've asked them permission, like, oh, do you want me to say your name in my book? Like they
Okay.
were aware of this book. And some of them said yes, some of them said no. But regardless, even if I don't put a name, I describe the character, the person, which is the real person, the real way
Mm,
they look like, and what they've been through also. Some of them have been
yes.
through difficult moments too.
So that must be like a completely different conversation you have with somebody. Hey, hi, I'm writing a book. You're in it.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And yeah, and yeah, it's funny because when people tell me it, because I part of me like is like, oh yeah, I want my book. I want everybody to read my book. I want to share my story. I want like I presume like any writer wants like their book, their little babies
Yeah.
to be out there, right? But this is my life. And when people come to me and they're like, oh yeah, but I searched for your book and I bought your book, and they come to me and they're in my face, and I feel so naked because I feel like, oh, this is my life, right? Like, so it's a very interesting feeling that I get when real people in front of me are telling me, oh,
Mm.
I read your book, right?
It's I can imagine like it's so close to your heart, but I think it's also close to your heart because you experienced everything that's in the book. You're not
Mm-hmm.
just a fictional character, that is you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what made it like it's what you said earlier, like we don't talk about things, we shuffle it under the carpet and we smile and we put that mask on for
Mm-hmm.
the outside world, while inside you're
Mm-hmm.
struggling, and putting that mask off and throw yourself out there and it's like, oh, this is me. That must have been really scary as well.
Right. Um, yes and no. Yes and no, because I feel that, when sometimes you feel uh, you're you're feeling stuck. You're
Mm,
feeling like, okay, I do this in my life. I go to my job. But why am I here on earth? Like, I must have another purpose in life, right? So at the end of writing my book, I'm like, I know this is my purpose. Like, I know I'm supposed to do this and send this book and write this book and send it everywhere and share it, and that's my purpose. So knowing that this is my purpose, I wasn't scared. But the feeling of, oh, what is the people gonna say about my book?
mm.
right? So
Yeah.
that's, but being scared is evil. Being scared stops you from doing anything.
Mm,
Like you can talk to any, like even any big business person, like they will all say, that's why it's a lot of successful business people, they believe in God. They believe in the good. They believe they God can give you the power, the being sure of yourself and go out there and not being scared and open a new business and give it, like if you don't try, you're not gonna get anything. So being scared is the negative, it's evil, it's gonna stop you from
mm,
doing anything,
yes.
right? Like the first video you made on YouTube, were you scared?
I'm still scared. Every time I get on there, it's like, okay. Um, I'm trying to get over it. Like cameras and me, it's like, okay. I love writing. I love sitting behind my in pure. Yeah, this is me. I can't talk to people, no worries. But the moment the camera goes on, it's just like,
But you gotta
here
do
I
it, you gotta
am
get
doing it.
over it. Yes, exactly, you're getting
Exactly.
over it. You
Yeah.
gotta do it, because if somebody is scared and in their little shell, where are they gonna go? Nowhere.
No.
You're not
I
gonna succeed.
No, I think you're absolutely right. Like fear is stopping. And when I look at a writer community or other authors, like the biggest issue that you most of the time hear is like, I was just too scared to actually put
Mm-hmm.
my work out there. And
Mm-hmm.
not because I was doubting my writing, but how do people respond to what I wrote?
Right. That's the one number
Yeah.
one advice to every writer or somebody starting writing would be, uh, just go. Like you can even create a pen name, right? When you write a
Yeah.
book, you don't have to put your real name. You can go and your name is Mickey Mouse. Hi, I am Mickey
Copyright
Mouse, right?
people.
Oh, right, 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 right.
Copyright.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's really good advice as well. Like, if you want to be out there, you need to take that step to get out
Hmm.
there. And like, there will always be people that don't like your book.
Always.
Um, like, not every book is for everyone. Like, I know a lot of best-selling books that I personally don't like because the book is just not for me.
Hmm.
But there are so many other books that speak to me. Like a book needs to speak to a person. So like that negative, I think if you understand, like it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
If there is just one person that reads my book and I can help that one person
Hmm.
change their life or relate to the story I'm writing or get some joy out of it, it's worth it. Just the one.
Exactly. Just one. Yeah, because that's the purpose, right? Like, even if it's a fantasy book, right? You made somebody happy today. You changed the feeling of that person. Maybe the person was having a super bad day, and because of your book, the person is happier today, right? But that's, it gets tricky because you write a book, but then the book stays there on the shelf on the for sale. And if you don't go out there and start talking and you promote only the book will
Mm,
stay there. You got to promote and be out there and talk about your book and go to interviews like this and write articles, and because if not, the book, it's the feeling of writing a book is amazing. Like, writing a book and then you start crying. Oh, this is my baby. It's I created this. It's amazing. That feeling is unbelievable. Whether you do a painting, you write a song, like the first baby, it's unbelievable. But then yeah, you gotta go out there and promote it. Yeah.
Yes, and the promotion is a scary thing, but it's you need to take that step to like normally your people don't care about your book if they don't know it's there.
Right. You're not gonna get any feedback, but you're not gonna have any sales either. You're not gonna be like nobody's gonna buy it, nobody's gonna know.
No.
It's a good feeling to have your own book. Look, I have my own book in my hand. But if it's good for me only, then it stays there and it doesn't change people's lives. So you gotta go out there.
So the first time you got your book in your hands and it's like, okay, now I need to go out there and meet people. How are people's reactions to your book or to you and to your story?
In person or the feedback that I've got. Like I said, in person it's very I think the people are happy for me. They're like, "Oh,
Mm.
congratulations! I got your book. I read it. So many things you've been through." And I guess they stop talking because my body reaction is like, "Oh, like I see you're looking at me. I feel naked, right?" So I think my reaction makes them like stop talking about it. But yeah, online I got some very good I like reviews about the book. Like, can I read one of them or?
Yes, sure.
Yes. So one of them like really meant a lot to me. So
Mm.
it made me very emotional. So it's like No Heaven Without Hell is a gripping and thought-provoking read that kept me hooked from start to finish. Virginia Chang masterfully weaves deep emotion, compelling characters, and powerful themes into a story that lingers in your mind long after you turn the last page. The writing is both engaging and insightful, making it easy to connect with the struggles and the triumph of the characters. I highly recommend this book to anyone looking for a captivating and meaningful read. And I love that review so much because that's the feeling I wanted to give to the person reading
Yeah.
it, to the reader. When I read that comment, I was like, yes, I did it. I did it right. And that's exactly the feeling like I want to take you into the journey of what I've been through, and I want you to feel like all the ups and downs and
Mm.
like the environment and the emotion and the smell and the sun and the ocean and the everything and the
Yeah.
waves and the sound. So
It
yeah,
is a brilliant review. Congratulations on that one.
yeah.
It's
Thank you,
beautiful.
thank you, thank you.
So it took you 11 years.
Correct.
Do we need to wait another 11 years for something that's new? Or are you like, no,
No.
this is the book and but you're writing, still writing?
Yes, actually, I came out because I speak French and I speak Spanish, and my
Hmm.
Spanish version is out now. So
Oh
I
my
got the
goodness, yes.
I got the English and the Spanish. The French
Oh,
version is not out yet. So
that's
so
pretty
that
amazing.
thank you. And I'm in the process of writing another book. Actually, something very interesting happened after I finished writing the book and publishing
Hmm.
my book. So, and at the same time, I'm in the process of self discovery, right? So I'm
Yes.
like, okay, I want to know more about myself. Like, who am I? Like, so I ended up going through this like personality test, and I'm like, I'm a INFJ type of person. And I was like, what is that? And I'm like, it's like 1% of the population is like super rare. So we our mind, like INFJ people, and I was reading that, and I was like, "That's me! Like that's totally me." We live in our brain, in our mind, in our fantasy, like 80% of the time, and 20% of the time is reality things, like the day-to-day things. And I was like, oh, I thought everybody was thinking like me, like this. I create stories in my
Mm,
head with like pictures, and I can describe in my head a story like the person is wearing this, the person is feeling this, and I create a full story. So writing is for me not only um, a good self therapy for my own feeling,
mm.
but it's also putting all this magical world that I have in my brain into papers. So yeah, so I'm in the process of writing another book right now and have some ideas for other ones.
Oh,
So
that's
they're coming.
exciting.
Yes, yes. I
And
really enjoy the writing process. It's exciting.
it's funny that you say, because when I was growing up, and I think I was in high school, and I did a really creative high school, and I was
Mhm.
talking about because I started writing screenplays. To be honest, that's what I love,
Wow.
because I could see the movie with you
Uh-huh.
saying, I see a movie in my head, and I just write it down. And I think my teacher, he was like, "Well, but how do you get it?" I said, "Well, I see it." What do you
Hmm.
mean? Well, I see it. I see the people interacting. I see the back set and the scene settings, and I can see it in my head, and I just write it down. Oh no, it doesn't work. And that was, I think, the first time that I was like, what? Not all of you people can actually see like these images and movies playing out. It's sad. It's sad because it's a beautiful world inside of your.
I know it's beautiful. I can make a movie and make the scene and the camera focus and the okay, the second camera is coming this way and like it's
Really?
unbelievable.
Like
Yeah.
we
So
should be
maybe
like directors.
I know, right?
Hmm.
Maybe. So maybe there is more people that are INFJ personality than like it's
Oh
just people
yes.
don't take the test. Yeah, maybe you should check
Yeah,
test.
I did it.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I have done it. That's why I think it's funny. I think though, like people that are really like in the creative field, they all have like and being creative or writing or making movies, or it's something extra people have.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. Hmm.
It is
Sorry
beautiful.
guys. If you don't have it, I didn't want to make you jealous, but it is beautiful.
Yeah,
Um,
because sometimes we do that, right? So we and it help. Well, I don't know. For me, it helps me going through a bad moment. And oh, let me just get lost in my brain and make up that beautiful, perfect story, and I feel better. And it's just it's a way to escape for
yes,
a little bit the reality of what's happening. But yes, it's a beautiful art.
absolutely. Yeah, like and I have it as well, like, and you probably like if you read a book, it really takes you there. Like you can see that whole world and smell everything and go, and like for me, reading was like a real escape. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'm out. Like I was reading from when I was like really young. The library
Mm-hmm.
was my home till they kicked me out because kids
You were
in
sleeping
the
there.
library, like, okay, Dad, you need to go. "Mm, I need to go home." Okay. So yeah, it is an escape. It's like getting out of your normal head and life, because life has curveballs.
Hmm.
It's incredible.
Yes.
So
Yes.
uh
Ups and downs and sideways and the other way. Yes.
Absolutely.
But that's why it's so beautiful to write a book and or to read a book or make somebody happy with your story and say, you know what? She went through harder than me, you know. My struggle are not so bad. Let me get up, you know?
Yeah, and it's true. Like if it can help people, it's
Mhm.
worth it. And
Oh, totally. Totally.
especially sharing your story. So people buy the book because like you never know, it might actually help you. Um, and if not, I think it would be a really emotional and strong read as well. Just what you have been through and what you have overcome to be this beautiful, bubbly person with a great personality. Like
Thank you.
it must have been hard, you know. So yeah, you're a wonderful person, and
Thank
people
you. Thank you.
read the book. So I can't wait to hear more about you. Thank you for now for being here. And if you have other work coming out,
Yes, I will
give
message
me the
you.
call and
I
Deb, I'm
will.
ready.
Nice talking to you, and thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Guys, if you want to buy the book, and girls, sorry, the link to Virginia, her book, will be on our website. It will be clickable in this video as well. So go buy the book. Okay, Virginia.
All
Thank you.
right,
And
thank you.
I see you next week. Okay, guys.